In alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Today we're going to continue discussing why it is in Islam that we as Muslims do not wear amulets or talismans. And also, in addition to not wearing amulets or talismans, as Muslims, we do not do incantations either, unless they are incantations taught to us by Allah. And again, just to put it on audio, an amulet is something that you wear. A talisman is something that you wear, believing that by wearing it, it will protect you from becoming hurt. It will protect you from becoming sick. This violates belief in Allah because as Muslims, we know that if Allah has decreed for harm to come to you, nothing and no one can stop it. So that amulet, that talisman is not going to prevent you from being in an accident if Allah has decreed for you to get in one. There's a lot of people who die every day with verses of the Quran around their necks. Those verses did not prevent them from dying. So that's what an amulet or a talisman is. It's a thing that you use and wear it thinking it's going to protect you. This violates Islamic belief. And this is what we're going to focus on today. We have a hadith whereas one of the companions tells us that he was with the Prophet on a journey. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent a messenger to tell the people that there shall not remain any necklace or of a bowstring or any other kind of necklace around the neck of a camel. Because what the Arabs used to do is they would place necklaces of string around the camel's neck, thinking that it will protect the camel from harm. This is an act of disbelief because, again, you are thinking that something other than Allah can protect. So we learn from this hadith that not only is it forbidden for us to put amulets and talismans on ourselves for protection, but we cannot put them on our animals either. So back then they didn't have cars. They traveled by camel. So they thought hanging a necklace around a camel would protect them from being injured. The same way today, many Muslims will put verses of the Quran and hang them up on their car, thinking it's going to keep their car from getting in an accident. This is forbidden. And that hadith is the evidence of that. Now, when we talk about hanging up verses of the Quran as a protection, some Muslims will come to me and they will say, well, Layla, there are some scholars out there who say that this is allowed because the Quran is the word of Allah, and putting a locket with the words of Allah around your neck for protection is okay. Well, this is incorrect because the companions of the Prophet, no one understood this religion better than they did. They were the best of this nation. Most of them have earned the love of Allah to the point where Allah has forgiven them of their sins, and they will be amongst that first group to enter paradise. And one of those companions was Ibn Masud. And Ibn Masud and those companions did not tie verses of the Quran around their necks. In fact, they believe verses of the Quran, verses that contain Allah's names or attributes, these are words. Islam teaches us to recite the words, not to wear them. The Prophet Muhammad did not walk around with a charm around his neck. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to fear the evil eye just as we do. He feared someone harming him with magic just like we do. But he did not wear a charm around his neck. Instead, he taught us to recite the Falak, to recite the Nas, to recite the Ikhlas, and trust in Allah and move on. So if this were something permissible and good to do, remember, the Prophet told us, whatever brings you closest to Allah, I have taught you. And the Prophet always took the easiest way in all matters. It would be so much easier to wear the verses of the Quran than to recite them. But the Prophet didn't wear them. He recited them. So based on that, guys, the correct opinion is stay away from wearing verses of the Quran. Does everybody understand that? So if a person tells you that it's okay to wear them because they're the words of Allah, then you would come right back and say, well, the Prophet didn't wear them, and he took the easiest way in everything. He taught us to recite those words, not wear them. And again, when it comes to incantations, this is the act of reciting words. Okay? There's many different incantations. For example, the Falak is an incantation. The Nas, these are the words that the Prophet taught us to recite for protection. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you want it, say for example, you become sick with something and you want to recite the Falak over yourself or recite the Quran over yourself, there is nothing wrong with that. But to use magical spells, these are spells and words not taught to us by Allah or the Prophet, but to use a bewitching spell, thinking that it's going to harm you or it's going to benefit you, this is haram. And nowadays we find many Muslims who get into this trap of shirk by using incantations that they think if they say them, it'll make their husband fall in love with them more, and all of that. That stuff is haram. So not only is it haram to wear an amulet or a talisman believing it will protect you or cure you or whatever, it is also forbidden or haram to go around using magical spells thinking that they're going to get people to like you or do whatever as well. Listen to what Abdullah ibn Ukaim said. He said, whoever attaches or wears a talisman on himself will have that talisman in charge of him on the day of judgment. In another hadith, Ruwaifi said, if the Prophet told him, O Ruwaifi, it may be that you will live a long time after me. So tell the people that whoever ties a knot in his beard or places strings around his neck as a charm has disbelieved and what I believe in. So there you can see, guys, that's how we come back at those people who say it's okay to wear it, to wear the Quran around your neck. No, recite it, but don't wear it as a talisman. Don't wear it as a protection. Also, in another hadith, another one of the companions said, whoever cuts an amulet or talisman off another person, it is the same as if you freed that person. In other words, if you go around and, and tell your family, explain to your family and your friends how wearing amulets is haram, you get the reward as if you freed a slave. So we don't use amulets and talismans on ourselves, nor do we use them around the necks of our animals or on our cars. None of the companions did that, and neither should you or I. Does everyone understand that? And nobody understood this religion better than those companions. If they didn't use verses of the Quran, then neither should you or I. Okay? All right. So on that note, I'm going to stop right here for today. And I'm very sorry that we had the internet issues yesterday. But we had a very good quiz yesterday. And I want you guys to remember the difference between wearing something, believing that it will protect you and it will benefit you, and taking medicine as a cure or a treatment. As Muslims, we're supposed to take medicine. The Prophet taught us, he said that Allah has made a cure for every sickness. Some of those cures he has shared with us, many he has not. If you find yourself becoming sick, seek medical attention and take the medicine. But as Muslims, we don't go around wearing the medicine. I am not going to take a bottle of Tylenol, put it on a string, tie it around my neck, and wear it thinking that because I'm wearing these Tylenol pills, that means I'll never get a headache again. This is shirk. This is associating partners with Allah. Because whether I wear those Tylenol pills or not, if Allah wants me to get a headache, I'm going to get one. To believe that those pills are going to prevent it is associating partners with Him. But if the headache comes, I can go ahead and take the pills. Also, if the headache comes, I can recite the name of Allah and recite Quran, hoping that Allah will cure me. But I cannot make a talisman or make an amulet, put it around my neck, tie it up in my car, thinking it's going to protect me from this headache. Okay? All right, so we'll stop right here for today. If there's any questions, if there's any comments, please type them on the screen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.